Plus, Arizona taking a bunch of heat for its immigration law, even getting sued this week by the Department of Justice, which alleges it is infringing on federal law. Why the feds might want to take a look at the state of Rhode Island before they continue with this lawsuit. Radio talk show hosts Mark Levine and Mike Gallagher, our favorite radio panel, face off, upcoming. Well, the nation's smallest state, one step ahead of Arizona. Rhode Island's been turning in illegals for years. So why isn't it facing a federal lawsuit similar to the one just brought against the state of Arizona? Our favorite radio guys, Mike Gallagher and Mike Levine, they square off on that. Mark Levine in just a moment. Plus, San Francisco issuing receipts. Well, Arizona, as of this week, is now facing a federal lawsuit over its immigration law. But it turns out the nation's smallest state, Rhode Island, has an executive order in place that looks very much like the Arizona law, and the feds have said nothing about it. Mike Gallagher is a radio talk show host and a Fox News contributor, and Mark Levine, also a radio talk show host and former attorney for the House Judiciary Committee. All right, gentlemen, so this is such an interesting point because we've got the feds making such a big deal over the Arizona law, and yet little old Rhode Island, beautiful little deep blue Rhode Island, has an executive order in place, Mike, that requires its local law enforcement to look for illegals, to arrest them, and to turn them over to the feds when they find them.
Not only have the state police in Rhode Island been turning the illegals over to the feds for a while, they've been practicing what Arizona wants to begin, but the courts have ruled in favor of Rhode Island. The Supreme Court has ruled in Mueller versus Mania that the police don't even have to have a reason to ask somebody about their immigration status. Recently in February, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the First Circuit upheld the Rhode Island procedures. That's why Arizona is going to prevail. That's why the U.S. government doesn't have a chance this side of Hades of defeating Arizona over this, and it's going to be a great boondoggle for Obama and the Democrats, who are blindly trying to follow this stupid agenda, this ideology to open our borders and to have no immigration reform whatsoever. Obama's going to lose on this big time.
You know, Mark, the argument from the GOP and the critics of President Obama is that the reason he's going after Arizona and not Rhode Island is because Arizona got all the attention. It was passed at a time where people were looking at the issue, and you know the accusation is he doesn't really care about Arizona or Rhode Island, that he's just doing this for political reasons.
That's ridiculous, Megyn. There are huge differences between Arizona and Rhode Island, and it has to do with, yes, the executive order by Rhode Island looks nothing like the state law by Arizona. Here's the big difference. The executive order for Rhode Island works with federal authorities, consistent with federal policy. They work with the ICE. Arizona works against ICE.
Well, let me just stop you there and then I'll let you finish. And then I'll let you finish. Because the guy who helped draft the Arizona law has said he styled it to work with federal law. He foresaw a preemption challenge, like we saw this week, and tried to follow exactly federal law. Go ahead.
Well, I don't care what he says. He's wrong. I've read the text of the law. I know you have as well, Megyn. Let me give you a clear example. Okay, Rhode Island doesn't imprison American citizens. Arizona, however, does imprison American citizens. If you live out of Arizona, say you live in Las Vegas, Nevada, and you want to travel to Phoenix with your Nevada driver's license, you're in trouble. You need a birth certificate or a passport because Nevada doesn't require you to have lawful presence in Nevada in order to have a driver's license. In fact, about half the states don't. At least 15 don't. So if you're driving from Las Vegas to Phoenix, you can be stopped, you can be thrown in jail, and you don't have to believe me. Ask Abden Ramirez, the California truck driver, American citizen, thrown in jail for several hours until he produced a birth certificate.
Go ahead, Mike.
It has been a federal law for decades that immigrants have to present their papers. You know, this draconian attempt of your side, Mark, to say that Arizona is throwing American citizens in jail is false. They are. I wish you'd stop being so dishonest.
Abden Ramirez.
First of all, they haven't even begun the procedures yet. They don't even start yet. Rhode Island has been doing what is exactly and precisely what Arizona wants to do, and that is let the cops turn over illegals to the feds. Are you okay with that?
Let me tee this up, Mark, because what they're saying, what now the argument is with respect to Rhode Island is that the feds are saying in this Arizona lawsuit, you can't have Arizona law enforcement running around and stopping suspected illegals and then referring them to ICE, because that's going to interfere.
saying, Megyn.
Well, listen, but listen,
That's not what they're saying.
They're saying that they don't have the right to infringe on the Fed's power over immigration because they say that for many reasons it's going to impede the Fed's purposes, like they want local law enforcement to cooperate with them, and they want the immigrants to cooperate with them. Okay, but in Rhode Island, the police have been stopping illegals and demanding to see their papers and referring them to the feds for years now. And so the accusation is, well, why is Arizona so bad and Rhode Island is not a problem?
There are huge differences. For one thing, Arizona creates a state crime. Rhode Island doesn't do that. Arizona imprisons you until you show your papers. Rhode Island doesn't do that. And Arizona's policies are different from federal policies. Federal policies are to go after violent criminals, terrorists, drug dealers. Arizona's policy is to go after every maid and gardener. So it requires you to take resources away from violent criminals. And the reason why Arizona can do this, again, this is different from Rhode Island, is there are citizen lawsuits in Arizona. If you're a citizen of Arizona and you don't think the police are enforcing every little bit of immigration law, if they're not standing outside watching for every jaywalking maid at the Phoenix Holiday Inn, you can sue them and get money. Well, a jaywalking maid would be stopped in Arizona, wouldn't be stopped in Rhode Island.
That's right. That's what they're after. They're targeting jaywalking maids from the Holiday Inn.
They're required to by law.
That's
what the Arizona law says.
I mean, you know, in the Fed's defense, how many times have you been stopped by a jaywalking maid? They're everywhere.
Thank you. Thank you. They're
but they're required, Megyn. You can sue if they don't stop them.
They're running rampant, Megyn. I mean, we're being overrun by jaywalking maids at the Holiday Inn.
Literally.
Here's why Mark doesn't.
Mike, it's required by Arizona law.
Here's what he doesn't want to acknowledge. Rhode Island isn't being challenged by the Obama administration because two of the highest courts of the land have already supported what Rhode Island is doing. The courts are going to support what Arizona wants to do. Obama is going to lose on this, and the courts are already in Rhode Island's corner.
Go ahead, Mark. Give you the last word.
Section 3 of the Arizona law says that if Arizona is not enforcing federal immigration law to the full extent permitted by the law, a citizen can sue and require them to do that. So yes, if you see maids jaywalking at the Phoenix Holiday Inn, you could sue, and your attorneys could win a lot of money and force Arizona taxpayers to pay double in taxes just to get those jaywalking maids.
But listen, I will say, Mark's right. That is one provision of the Arizona law that doesn't get a lot of attention. That is definitely different, at least in my review, from the federal law. Whether that makes all the difference.
I'm glad he found that.
And different from Rhode Island, too.
Whether that makes all the difference, we'll find out from the U.S. Supreme Court at some point. All right, gentlemen, always a pleasure.
Thank you,
Megyn.
Thank you both. Well, a man with